Hey there viewers, welcome back to another episode of VGAPR Garage. This will be, I think, part 1 of Save the Sebring. Today we're going to be replacing the radiator. Let's get started. So today we're going to be replacing the radiator on my 2003 Chrysler Sebring Coupe. There is a crack in the plastic right here. The radiator wasn't that expensive. I'll put the part number up in the price probably right about now. I did undo the petcock at the bottom and undid the not thermostat, but the cap. But I'll show you where the petcock is. And it seems to be that the one that I purchased did come with a new one, so that's pretty cool. Sometimes they don't. You want to be mindful of that. The other thing you want to be mindful of is make sure that the new one is tight before you put the one in. So first things first, we want to undo this. There we go, it's just a squeeze clamp. I'm gonna go ahead and put that back on. Put that there. Next, I did purchase new upper and lower radiator hoses. So we're gonna be pulling them off from the engine side, not from the radiator side. So these are 12mm bolts. I did spray them down with what is it called? My brain's loose today. WD-40 the day before, because I would like these not to break off. There's one. There we go. Put those in your magnetic bin. We've got these on this side. Oh, we only have the ×4 battery, that's why. Another one, and let's hope this last one doesn't break off. There we go. Take these mounts off. Now I'm going to take the air intake out, non-Martin pry tool, pop it up, then you can pop the bottom up. There we go. This is only connected to the air box, so it comes right out. There we go. Now let's take. This is a screw right here. You do have an electrical connection for the fans and a spot where it clips into the fan for the wiring harness. And I'll show you when I have it off, but you're just going to want to pop that right out. The electrical connection, looks like there might be, no, there's only one. I can't tell what kind it is. I might just, when I pull it up, get better access to it. It doesn't, yeah, so the AC condenser is not attached, which is perfect. So as you can see, it is ready to go. See, it's ready to pop right out, that's good. So now I want to undo it from this side up here. Hopefully we don't get any coolant coming out. Go. I am not reusing these worm gears. I have a different type that I'm using now. Well, they're the same type, but they have a protective ring on the inside that makes for a nice tight fit. Come on, hopefully no coolant. No coolant? There we go. So we're definitely going to want to clean this off. And then our other one way back in here is a clamp style. That's very old. Probably original in the car. So we'll take a thing of pliers, we'll go down in here, we'll grab that clamp, squeeze it, and try to push it towards the front of the car. Easier said than done. Honestly, removing the airbox would help, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Come on off. There we go. It's off. The clamp is, at least. So now we're gonna be able to stick your hand in there, wiggle it off, and this might leak coolant. Nope, cool. So at this point, this was easy. This is ready to come off. This is a manual, so it doesn't have any lines going to the bottom of the radiator. It only has, the radiator only cools the coolant, and that is it. Let's get this up high enough, and I'll show you this connector once I get it off. And I have a feeling it's going to be difficult. Yep. There we go. So let's pull it up. There we go. And just make sure that doesn't caught in there. There we go. So now we're going to have to remove these fans and put them onto the other radiator. But first I'm going to spray these down, these lower bolts. I didn't get to them. But this is where your petcock is. You just, twist it to loosen it. Don't be stupid like I did and pull the whole petcock out and then pull the cap, because what happens is it just spews it out. Just do it from just unscrewing enough so it starts coming out the bottom here. You can put a hose on it to control where it's going, but let's go ahead and start transplanting things onto the new radiator. So I did douse these with a lot of WD-40, the ones on the bottom, but there's a likely chance they're going to break. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to put new bolts in, so I'd recommend that you have some as well. And this is between a 10mm and a 3/8, these bolts. I'm just finding where it'll go. Let's try the 10. They are Phillips type screws, but there's no way you're going to get a Phillips head in here. And basically what I'm doing is just rocking it back and forth. And it broke. I'm not too concerned. They're just so rusted, that's going to happen. These ones up top might make it. And as you can see, the upper intake, the upper outlet was broken, but that's oddly enough not where it was leaking. Feels like it might break. All right, last one. And that one broke. So we're just going to replace them all. Please tell me you were recording that whole thing. Okay, you were. So now, we're gonna move on over to the new one. So now we're gonna transplant the fans onto the new radiator. I did go ahead and purchase some new bolts. They are M6 by 1.0 threads, and they are 16mm longs. About some ABE locking washers, and then some AAA washers. Those numbers are from Home Depot. I'm not sponsored by them. So, go ahead, take the fans, and just bring them on over. And pray that they'll line up. Because that's legit what I'm doing. It would suck if they didn't. It seems to be that they do. And now we just bolt them down. So here is the lower hose. It's a Gates brand, part number 22628. I'll obviously show the price. I've got my clamp, which really sucks because the clamp I want to use is a smaller version of the clamp. You know, so I'm going to actually try this. This is, you watch me struggle a little bit to get it over the tube. Look, I threw it. Alright, it's got this really cool, like, I don't know, full diameter thing on the inside of it so that it is locking all the way around the tube so you get really good engagement, which is why I like these compared to a regular clamp. Alright, and then we're going to put it down on there like the original. All the way down there. Now we're going to take this and put it down this way. And I don't think that's going to fit. So we'll be using the larger size one on it. Just kind of a bummer. I don't have enough for all 4 clamps. That's okay. Put this one off. Come on. There we go. There we go. So let's put this one back on. There we are. Put this one on. I like it facing down. Let's go ahead and grab. I had a screwdriver. We all have things and then we lose them, right, guys? The one you just had it, and then you don't know what happened to it. I'll probably be cutting that whole thing out because it just makes you sound like an idiot. And I lost my flathead. But using this would probably be better anyways. What do we got? Perfect. Alright, what I do want to do now is spray this stuff down with Coupe. These bolts inside there, all up on there, deep in there. I'm going to do it to all of them. The other thing I'm going to do it to is this worm gear and these fittings. Because I have the manual transmission, those are not needed. Then we're going to take some lithium spray and just spray that so that it can go down. And then we're going to make sure this is locked tight. And we're good to go. So let's go back into the car. Alright, well we have it's silicone spray. I have cleaned these two off. Let's go ahead and spray them down. I'm going to spray some down where it goes into the mounts down below. There we go. And then let's grab the assembly. And drop it down in. Carefully, you don't want to, damage it. And then we have our wiring connection for the fan that you're going to want to connect back up. Fan around a little bit to get to it. You heard it engage. Pop it back in the spot where it's held into the fan. Only goes in one way. There we go. Now you need to make sure, this whole thing, look at that, came out. Now you need to make sure that the fan is in the rubber mounts in the bottom. And it should fall right in theory. Something tells me we're a little too far on one side. Let's show this underneath here so we can see what we're doing a little bit. There we go. Went right in. And then we're going to want to grab our larger size hose clamp and put it on in a way that we can get a screwdriver to it and put it on the tube for, I believe, the thermostat, and make sure it's properly all the way on and engaged. So there we go. And now let's go ahead and put the mounts back on. How does that sound, guys? Alright, so we've got one mount that goes there, other mount goes here. Actually, excuse me, it doesn't matter which order they go in. I am taking anti-seize. I did put a thread chaser down through these bolts, or through these holes, because I just want everything to be perfect. And I'm not too sure of what the thread is. It's metric, for sure, I can tell you that much. Let's make sure that we get it the right way. There we go. Next one. Here. Another one. And I also clean the threads off. There we go. Get this out of the way so we don't get all over ourselves. Go ahead and grab a 12 millimeter. And I'll be lazy and not get out. I'll just use this 1/8, 11, and 12, or not 1/8, my 1/4 ratcheting wrench. nice and tight. There we are. There we go. Now we want to go back in there and tighten up our worm gear that goes to the thermostat. And I think I might grab an extension. Make it a little bit easier. There it is. Let's move this light so I have a little bit of a better view. Here we go. Grab it and put it slightly up at an angle here. Perfect. Let's tighten this bad boy up. There we go. Make sure it's nice and tight. We don't want no leaks. Yeah, that looks nice and tight. All right. Unfortunately, because I really don't have that size worm gear, the largest one, that really sucks. It really sucks. Because I don't have the largest size worm gear, we will reuse the ones that I have, and then I will go and purchase the worm gear that I like, the one with the like tube in the center. So let's grab the new one. And it's another Gates product, part number 22183. I'll put the price up. I'm pretty sure it goes on like this. I think. Could be wrong. Could go on like this. Could do that. This kind of makes a little bit more sense with that right there, because that's right above the exhaust. But let's go ahead and take those worm gears and put them on in a way that we'll be able to access it. This is kind of gonna move down a little bit. So I want the worm gear facing up this way, and then this one facing up this way. Put that on, and then put that on there. There we go. Let's tighten these bad boys up. Feels like it's loosening that. There we go. That's on there. We got the other one. There we go. Now remember this hose here, Let's pop this back on there. There we go. Squeeze it up a little bit. Like that. And then let's go ahead and put the air intake on because we actually have to run the car to refill the coolant. So that goes down and into here. And it'll pop right into the air intake. Goes right inside. We got our little plastic push rivets, push tabs, pop, pop, and pop, pop. And there we go. One thing that kind of sucked is I'm going to have to find the little tabs that are used for this. These are all pretty much just broken. But I definitely do want to have it on the car because it's there for a reason, so I'm going to have to purchase more of those. I think Home Depot, or not Home Depot, but Lowe's sells them. Now we have to refill. Are you still running? You are. Now we have to refill the coolant, and we're going to use this jug that I've got. And we got to find which one it is. Something tells me it's not that one. Let's go with blue. So it is blue. Put the cap on it, tighten it, put that on, and pull that. Now I gotta open the garage door and start this car up, and we'll fill the coolant back up. Let's go ahead and put the coolant in here. I'm just using green. I might swap it over to the, I guess it's orange, when I do the timing belt and water pump. So now what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to start the engine, turn the heat on full in the interior, and that should begin to pull more coolant in. Where I put my keys? Right here. So when you're refilling your coolant, you want to make sure that your fans go through a cycle. That way you know that your thermostat definitely opened, and you want to make sure that you're at operating temperature inside the car. And then you want to make sure that you've got no more bubbles coming out of here. I know it's dirty. This is going to be dealt with when I do the timing belt and water pump. But that's how you replace the upper and lower coolant hoses and radiator on your, and this goes for quite a few, Chrysler Sebring Coupe, Dodge Stratus Coupe, and Mitsubishi Eclipse. I'm pretty sure it's the same. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you guys have any questions or comments, you know, put them down there. I get back to just about everybody. Clean your tools off, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.